Well, good morning. My name's Fred Green, and this is my wilderness adventure. Thanks for stopping by. We're just going to do a little bit of light, busy work here, cut down a couple of trees so I can finish my floor and create a couple of other items that we need for a little bit as I gather food. We are in the process of building a cabin. And my goodness, it's going to take a lot of resources to do so. So, we're going to see how far I can get with the resources on hand. Maybe we might go and get that van we saw a couple of days ago. Oh my goodness, the fog's rolled back in again. Good Lord, look at that summer fog. Interesting. All right, let's haul all this wood back to camp. See what we can do. Well, it rained really well the past couple of days here, so I don't have to worry too much about my garden, so we're going to let that go. We'll finish this flooring here, and then I think we need to make a wooden bucket. That will help us with water transfer to water the garden in the future and a little bit more water storage. I know we're by 3 lakes. That's not the issue. Just wandering and walking all the time. Saving time basically is the name of the game now. Boy, I tell you, it sure will be nice to get out of the weather here and sleep on our own time. All right, let's finish this floor, and then we'll have to worry about gathering food here because, well, we are completely out. Done. All right, and a carpentry level to boot. I should have cleared out the debris a little bit more. Well, I guess our floor is going to look like it's got a rug or something like that. Well, there we go. All right, my friends, we're going to have to build the walls in a little bit. I mapped things out a little bit in my head. So for now, let's create that bucket, see what we need to do for that, and then we're going to go on the hunt for food here. All right, create a bucket. We're going to need a medium handle. It does say we can use just a tree branch for that, but I am going to try to craft as many little things as I can to increase my skill for the future. And carving is one of those special skills I'm going to need. There we go. All right, now we can carve a bucket using a kitchen knife, a log, and a medium handle. All right, here we go. Okay. We got that empty bucket, and it holds 10 liters of water. Well, that's better than our kettle. Okay. Wonderful. And it looks like it fits my particular world here. Well, okay, let's put some of our things down. We're going to conserve enough space as we can. We'll get a proper storage and all that real soon. All right, let's go looking for food here. Let's check our traps. We'll just do that right now, and we'll take another jaunt around the lake. I think I'm going to move this other trap a little closer. All right, mussels and a tadpole. That tadpole's going to be great as a fishing lure. I did find a small fish last night. So we're going to try our hand at fishing, get some more food. Boy, I am just out. Tell you what, let's see if I can snack on some of these sardines here. And that mac and cheese looks awful tasty. All right, let's see what I'm running. Oh, yeah, see, look, I got another mushroom that went rotten. Boy, that's unfortunate. Well, let's eat some of this stuff. All right, yeah, made me a little sad. Would figure being out in the rain without a roof over my head would make me the most sad, but apparently moldy herbs, that's what does it for me. All right, let's go on a hunt for some food, get that other trap, and we'll bring it back here. All right, this trap we found another tadpole. Those are great for fishing lures. A couple more frogs and mussels. Wonderful. All right, let's grab this trap and we'll put her closer to camp here. All right, not bad for morning a searching. Found a number of vegetables, corn and ginseng and cucumbers and all that, and a little bit more wood. That'll always do us good. And so we're just gonna gnaw on some of that for a moment and process some of this wood and just get some planks going. And maybe figure out some more crafting items that we need. Make our lives easier. There we go. We'll keep adjusting them so we can figure out if we're catching bigger game or smaller game or what have you. Well, look at that. Make an advanced large frame pack frame. Well, that's quite a name, isn't it? Oh, bigger backpack. Hey. Well, let me peruse this crafting a little bit more and we might create a whole bunch of different things. All right, let's craft that. See if that's a better backpack. Well, that is exciting. I took the opportunity to go ahead and peruse some of these crafting items. I'm at a loss for what to do because I don't have the food quite yet. I'm passing time. Never thought I'd have so much free time in the wilderness. All right. Large backpack frame. Oh, it's a frame. I bet you I have to create something. Assemble a large frame backpack. Oh, there we go. All right, needles. Or an ice pick. Leather of some sort. Leather strips. Thread. Okay. Well, at least looking at all these helps me understand that I haven't learned the recipe and I probably will never see tailoring level 8. Well, the more you know. Well, I will place that item right over here somewhere far so I can admire it for a very long time. That's lovely. Well, and my friends, that is what happens when you get your hopes up and then they're dashed in an instant. Well, the more you know. Well, let's figure out some other crafting items I can do and well, I'll get right back to you. Boy, I really am going to have to spend a weekend looking at what I can do and might have to go out and try to hunt for a library and educate myself a little bit more. Some of that stuff might just be out of reach forever, huh? All right, well, let's cook up this frog meat. Create a good stir fry here. Make it as big as we possibly can. Oh, let's look at the bevy of food that we have here. We've got a vegetable salad with thistle. We've got game stir fry and mussels and small bluegill with wild acorns. My goodness, look at that. Let's eat all of that. See if we can't stop our weight from going down. Well, darn, I don't know why that made me sad. It tasted pretty good to me. Well, I am full though, so that is nice. And we'll just tally the rest of the time at camp here and get going in the morning. Oh, once again, the music in my head is lovely. Well, a lazy-ish day here, but... Alright, friends. I am going to do a little bit more busy work here in camp. I think I'm going to make the decision to focus on creating our cabin. Getting a roof over our head as simply as I can. Walls, a roof, all of that. And then I will spend time researching and looking at some of the various crafting items I can be doing, like a forge and other working stations, that sort of thing, as I gather food and all of that. So, that is what I'm going to do. So tomorrow, we're going to have another day where we're finding food, cooking, getting more wood going, and I will get to going on the framing of this cabin. That is the goal. So I will see you in the morning. All right, good morning, friends. And try early morning fishing here and see if I can grab a couple of good things. And we'll use that for food for today as I gather a whole bunch of resources and cut planks. All right, gonna use a couple of these tadpoles here to see if I can get lucky catching bigger game. All right, look at that. Well, it's a teeny little thing, but a little crappie. Boy. All right, well, let's try some more. And hopefully I get better at fishing and try to enjoy this a little bit more than all the crafting. Boy, I got a little irritated yesterday. Sorry about that if any of that came through. I gotta tell you, not a part of this universe that I enjoy because I don't know it. That's the thing. You see, I'm new at this, and when you're new at things and you don't know what you're doing, no, you get a little stubborn. And then you just start snapping at yourself and other folks who want to try to teach you until you eventually do learn it. Well, and then you start having fun. Oh boy, it's that in-between time that I think everyone has trouble with, Just like fishing. Sometimes it's boring and people don't enjoy it because they're not making any progress. But what they fail to see is you're allowing yourself to rest and enjoy the time you've got. Odd how the universe works, isn't it? Oh, well. Well, let's see if we can get a couple of bigger things. There's a bite. All right, looks like we just got seaweed that time. Okay. Now we still got the tadpole on. Let's keep trying here. And then we'll do our round of finding food before we do an assortment of chopping down squirrels' homes here. Well, got another broken fishing net, so we'll create a whole nother one there. Make some more. I do not see that as a loss. We've been finding a lot of good stuff in those. All right. Another small crappie, but there we go. No bait. Yeah, we'll wait for that. Well, now we have something else. We got the fixins for another fishing net, so we'll get that going at some other point here. All right, for now, let's place that right by our crafting station. Hopefully that'll remind us, and we will get everything else sorted here before we go on a hike. All right, well, I got the axe and whetstone. I don't know why I can't sharpen it. I only did it the once, but this is the closest grove we've got to our camp. So we're going to slowly work on this until we're hungry and all that. And haul everything out throughout the day. So a lot of boring, busy work, but I'll see if I can expound some of my knowledge on everyone who's willing to listen. There we go. Apparently I had to make sure the axe was dull enough before I can sharpen it, instead of getting ahead of the game and keeping it sharp. Again, more wonders of the universe that I don't think I'll ever really understand. Well, hopefully this helps. Let's see. I don't like that chance of damaging the weapon anymore, and that it's already damaged. Wow! Well, that helped a little bit, I suppose. Oh my! Holy moly. Wow, someone with an automatic weapon. Boy, I sure hope that doesn't draw the dead to us. Oh boy, I know there's a road just off to the west there. Something else to the south. Maybe we might have to take a break from building the cabin to go out and investigate something else. Alright, 2 more trees here and then we'll take a break. Okay, well, that is all I can do for the moment. Let's just sit down here and see if we can't sharpen this axe a little bit more. Well, it's limping along. Alright, muscle strain from the greatest reaches of the nethers. But here we are. A little bit more wood. We'll see what we can do before noon, and then we'll go and find more food. That's always going to be the deal, finding food. All right, my friends, I think I got about 2 more trips. Grabbing all this stuff here, I think we're going to go and visit that farm that we found a number of days ago with the helicopter. See if we can't gather a couple of eggs from those chickens and find other little bit of resources that we can bring back. We'll go there real light, make sure we're all fed and watered here before we go. And hopefully, they'll just give us something a little different to do. All right, gather a couple more of these things here. And then I'll see you out on the road. All right, made it to this little road just outside of that camp or farm here. We're going to follow that just for ease of access. Found a lot of good fruits and vegetables and stuff like that, so we'll make a salad, and that'll also help keep us hydrated. It is wearing on in the day, so I've got to be careful. Goal is to really find some eggs and check on those chickens. Here we go. A lot of good stuff. Okay. And then I've got to get back to camp here. Okay, well, let's take a little break here in this clearing. Didn't see anything dangerous on the way here, but that doesn't mean it's not out there. And let's create a fruit salad. All sorts of random fruits here. That'll help get our vigor back. Well, hopefully I'll slowly gain my weight back there. Right now we're just gonna lose it for a little while until I just get stable. I just have to just prepare that in my mind. I think it's one thing to deal with your grumbly tummy and all that and busy yourself, but it's another thing to deal with your mind when you're alone and you have nothing else to worry about but just calories leaving you. Boy, what can you do? All right, let's take a peek at some of these sheep here. We can't spend too much time here because we got to use the daylight to get back home. Tell you what, when we get a farm going, we'll, tell you what. I wonder if all of their, wolves come out on this, huh? No? All right. Yeah, like I said, I don't know the first thing about farming and all of that. But so far, leaving these critters alone, they're doing okay. Pigs, just gotta be careful here. All right, chickens, that's what we're looking at. That, we'll get a drink of water, pick up a couple of the essentials that were in that house. Maybe the first thing we build is a little chicken coop, something like that. Bring some of these chickens around, they'll be easier. Okay. Hey, little fellas. One egg. All right. All right, well fed, not thirsty. Okay, interesting. All right, let's grab a couple of things that we might need here. Watch out for the old resident, he might be back. Or new residents might take up. Well, residents. Steel sheets. Oh, interesting. Tell you what, we'll take those nails. Okay, I know that upstairs there was a turtleneck sweater, just in case. We're going to grab that. There we go. And we're going to see if we can grab this trash can, just to have the peace of mind of keeping our place tidy. Okay, we're not too overloaded. But that is that. Okay. Well, all that for one egg, but we did find a lot of good berries, and it just got us away from camp. Sometimes that's all you need. A little bit of a break, a vacation. Get yourself away and try to enjoy life as you see it. All right, let's watch out for this critter over here and get back to camp, hopefully a little more safely, and I will see you back there unless something happens. All right, my friends, made it back to camp just as night is falling. Well, I tell you what, I am going to get things sorted here. I'm going to try to get some sleep and just relax. We had a tough couple of days here. I let my mind and loneliness get to me for the moment, but I'm going to bounce back. I've got a project going. I got a lot of wood. We're going to get the scaffolding up for this cabin and get going on that the next couple of days. So, my friends, thank you for joining me on my wilderness adventure, and I will see you next time.
Hey mates, thanks for watching. I hope you had as much fun as I did. If you like what you saw, please go ahead, leave a comment, subscribe, and come back for another video. I really appreciate your time and support, and I absolutely cannot wait to take you on another adventure. Thank you so much.